Well, folks, we've done it. We've done it once again. This is hero number 49, Sentinels in the Multiverse tutorial series of every single hero in the game. And this will complete the Sentinels of Earth Prime expansion, which means starting with hero 50, we will be then starting the Cauldron expansion. So looking forward to looking at the Cauldron and all those heroes as well. So, without further ado, we get to the last of the Sentinels of Earth Prime hero, and that is Lantern Jack. So let's take a look at Lantern Jack here and look at his background and history. Goes all the way back to the Revolutionary War, actually. If you're so inclined to read this, pause this at afterwards. And for the variant, again, more artwork put into this, as they actually have a different pose, a different piece of art just for the variant of this character, which shows me they put a little bit more effort into this character, and you'll see that when you look at the artwork here coming up. So that is the background history of the variant as well. So we look at the main character here, Lantern Jack. Great artwork right off the bat. Only 15 hit points. Illuminate power. Lantern Jack deals one target 3 radiant damage, then deals himself 1 radiant damage. What? He's dealing himself damage. He's only got 15 hit points. That's crazy. Well, let's see what he can do about this. He's got a whopping 15... 2, 4, 5, 10, 15 different cards in his deck. Let's take a look at what they are. Baneful Shine, it's a one-shot. Lantern Jack deals one target X radiant damage, where X is the difference between his current and maximum hit points. And then Lantern Jack regains 2 hit points, even if he's at or above his maximum. So, interesting. First character we've come across that can actually go above his maximum hit points. Super cool. 3 copies of that. 2 copies of Banish Pretense. Ongoing power until the start of your next turn. All damage dealt by hero targets is irreducible and cannot be redirected. Interesting. 2 copies of that. 3 copies of Blinding Light. One shot. Lantern Jack deals each non-hero target and himself 1 radiant damage. Draw 2 cards, and then Lantern Jack regains 2 hit points even if he's at or above his maximum hit points. Very nice. Blinding Light, searing everyone. That's cool. 3 copies of Burn the Wicked. One shot. Lantern Jack deals 1 target and himself 1 radiant damage, or if that target has more than 10 hit points, he instead deals that target 4 radiant damage. Lantern Jack gains 2 hit points, even if he's at or above his maximum hit points. So, finding these cards, get your hit points up is pretty nice. Again, can be cool to go over your maximum hit points. But again, if you go back to this one here, where you can do X amount of damage, where X is the difference between his current and maximum hit points. This can also go above, like if you're, say, 10 above what you're at, the difference is still going to be whether you're below or above hit points. So that's an interesting, I didn't even think about that when it originally came up. All right, Ethereal opponent. There we go. Ethereal, ghosty, invisible type manifestations. Ongoing limited if Lantern Jack's current hit points is lower than his maximum. Increase hit point gained by Lantern Jack by 1. If Lantern Jack current hit point is equal to or greater than his maximum, increase damage dealt. Wow, that's a great card for him. Absolutely wonderful. Ethereal opponent. That is really cool. 3 copies of that card. Gaze into the Night. 3 copies of this card. One shot. Lantern Jack deals 1 target 1 radiant damage. Reduce the next damage dealt by that target by 2. Lantern Jack regains 2 hit points even if he's at or above his maximum hit points. Very cool. And I forgot to Start up the live stream. Let me start that up. There we go. All right. Gaze into the Night. 3 copies of that. Hunt the Guilty. 2 copies of this card. 1 shot. Lantern Jack deals 1 villain target 2 infernal damage. Reveal the top card of the villain deck. Either replace it or discard it. And then Lantern Jack gains 2 hit points even if he's at or above his maximum. Incorporeal Form, 3 hit points. Ongoing limited. The first time Lantern Jack is dealt damage each turn, he gains a hit point, even if he's at or above his maximum, and increases the next damage he deals to any one non-hero target by 1. Nice. Ongoing card, nice. 3 copies of that. Revealed Inadequacies. Ongoing power, destroy 1 ongoing if Lantern Jack's hit points is at or above his maximum. He deals himself 2 radiant damage. Searing Truth, 3 copies. That's a great artwork on that too. 1 shot, Lantern Jack deals up to 2 targets and himself 2 radiant damage each. Lantern Jack gains 2 hit points even if he's at or above his maximum. Sin's Laid Bare. Ongoing power. 1 target deals himself 3 psychic damage. If this destroys the target, Lantern Jack regains 2 hit points even if he's at or above his maximum. 2 copies of Sin Laid Bare. 2 copies of Truth Comes to Light. Ongoing limited. Each time a non-hero target is destroyed, Lantern Jack gains 1 hit point even if he's at or above his maximum. That is super cool. Unbearable Brightness. 2 copies of this card. Ongoing reduced damage dealt by non-hero targets by 10. Reduced damage dealt by non-hero targets by 10. At the start of your turn, Lantern Jack gains 2 hit points even if he's at or above his maximum, then destroys this card. Wow. So, reduced damage by 10. So if they did 12 points of damage, they still would do 2. So instead of saying heroes are immune to damage, they decided to go with non-hero targets. Damage are reduced by 10. Okay. Let's hope nobody's doing that much damage. That's crazy. And obviously goes away at the end of the round because you'll be discarding this card. Unless, of course, you can get it back. Unless you can get it back. That is Searing Truth. No, that is Truth Comes to Light. No, that's not it. Where is it? Unbearable Brightness. That's the one. And there are 2 copies of that card. So, only 2 copies, but still. Unsettling Condition. It's a 1-shot. Search your deck for 1 ongoing. Put it into your hand or into play. Shuffle your deck. Lantern Jack regains 2 hit points even if he's at or above his maximum. Nice. And we have Lady Liberty and Johnny Rocket. I'm starting to learn some of these characters, actually. That's crazy. And finally, last one, 3 copies. Vengeful Apparition. 1 shot. Lantern Jack deals himself 1 infernal damage. Increase the next damage dealt by Lantern Jack to any 1 non-hero target by 3. So he deals himself 1 damage, but then bumps up his damage by 3, which is a nice amount. Nice amount. And yeah, I think he's going to be an interesting character to play. I actually have this character and I've played him. It's been a long time, and I thought he was kind of fun when I remember this character. The artwork on his card looks like they actually put some excellent effort into, putting some decent artwork on their cards, which is nice. Compared to, well, we'll just say that other character, Star Knight. Holy cow. This is so much better, and you can tell they put a little bit more effort into this character. And yeah, really good. You got shadow effects and lighting effects, and yes, he's holding a lantern in a lot of these, but look, every single one of these is kind of different in its own right. This artwork looks really good as well. the demons of the past as he tries to figure out what to do as his friend is in trouble there. Good looking artwork on that one. He's got the whole shadowy kind of montage behind these guys. Looks like a fun character to play. Definitely, you're managing those hit points, trying to play the cards to give you extra hit points, try to get back up, and you could be up at 60 hit points if you play your cards, and if you have lots of characters that are another character can play a card, you can get a lot of hit points that way, and really go to town, especially with this Baneful Shine power. That seems really good. If you can get that timing right and get a nice, 10 or 15 point advantage on that, that's a really good damage. So, and then you throw opponents, always increasing your hit points, always increasing your damage based on where your hit points are at. And not having to rely on your allies to heal you and keep you alive is really good for a character. And he does do some pretty nice damage as well. I think Lantern Jack is a really well-rounded, useful character to play to any group. And that, my friends, is that. 49 heroes in the book. All of the core Sentinels of the Multiverse and all of the Sentinels of Earth Prime are now completed. 49 heroes in total if you own all the expansions and all the upgrades that we've looked at. And now we will go on, and when we continue this series, it will be with the Cauldron expansion, which you can get through drive-through cards, and just go in there and type the Cauldron. Look for the Cauldron expansion. There is a bunch of characters that you can download, get printed out, and purchase through drive-through cards if you're interested. I will talk more about that when we do our first tutorial video of Sentinels of Earth. The Cauldron. But that is a wrap for Sentinels of Earth Prime. I should mention that this is a separate program from the main. It's the Sentinels of Earth Prime. Is a different program than the Sentinels of the Multiverse program. This is a different program you would have to purchase on Steam to get all the cards if you're interested in the digital version of this. You can actually add Sentinels of Earth Prime heroes into the main game, but you don't get access to the card library. So I had already purchased it anyways, but I had to have Sentinels of Earth Prime program to get access to the card library. So without further ado, we will move on to Sentinels of the Multiverse, the Cauldron expansion, coming up next time, starting with hero number 50. This was hero number 14, Lantern Jack. Good character, fun, interesting, super cool, very thematic, good artwork, all around great character, and managing your hit points. And there's nothing better than playing a couple cards when you're almost dead, and before you know it, everyone else is dying off, and you got 12, 15 hit points, and you're like, what are you guys doing? Huh. Sentinels of Earth Prime. All around, I would say, a above average pack if you're looking for more Sentinels of the Multiverse. There's not a endless variety of heroes in the game. So, if you're looking for more heroes to add to your base Sentinels of the Multiverse, it is kind of expensive. You're paying still pretty much top dollar for this because they didn't release a whole bunch of copies of the game, and so it's a kind of its own offshoot. So they could cost. The cost is whatever it's based upon, whatever they decided. So it's still kind of I would say a full blown $20 to $25 package. each of the extra, I think there's 4 extra heroes that you have to purchase separately. Those heroes are like $6 or $8 a piece, so it's a little bit of money. So, do you need it? No. Do you want it? If you're a Sentinels and Multiverse fan, you do. You want it. It's good. All around, it's a good product. It gives you more variety. It gives you more characters to learn, more characters to play. And to be honest, as I mentioned, this was the first set of cards that started using capital letters and using color coding for start of turn, end of turn, things like that. So, which made the gameplay easier. And then, of course, as you know, they incorporated that into the definitive edition. So, definitely it makes the game a little bit easier to play. I will say this, though, if you combine Sentinels of the Multiverse with Sentinels of Earth Prime, you will notice immediately that the artwork in the 2 games are completely different and they don't mesh really well. So, if that bothers you, you might want to think about this. You can either A, play with all the characters from Sentinels of Earth Prime, if that bothers you, if the artwork bothers you, or you can just accept it for what it is. It doesn't bother me, and I can combine and use characters from different expansions and different, the core game and Cauldron and Sentinels of Earth Prime, and the different kinds of artwork don't really affect me. It definitely does show up, so just keep that in mind. It's definitely not the same. It's not, the card layout looks a little bit different again because of the color coding and kind of like more streamlined look on the cards, I guess is the best way to put it for these characters. And yeah, the artwork definitely does look different. It has a different flavor, a different look. The artwork definitely looks different. It doesn't look like the same, and it's not just like the main artwork. It's like the cards. The cards look different, slightly different. Everything, the font is slightly different. The fact that they use, the color coding and stuff can make it easier to play this game than Sentinels of the Multiverse, the core game. But it also make it look different. So just wanted to mention that. But again, is it worth it? You get 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 characters. They're pretty decent. I would not waste your time on Star Knight. No. The artwork is terrible. The character is terrible. There's not a lot of different characters, and not a big fan of this character. But the other characters, I have Eldritch. I have the Lantern Jack. I think were 2 of the expansion characters that you had to purchase separately. And I could get my box out, but I think it was Eldritch, Lantern Jack, Pseudo, and the Raven were the 4 characters that didn't come in the core box. Just because you can tell the artwork's slightly different. These 4 characters, and then Johnny Rocket, Lady Liberty, Siren, and Star Knight, I think were all the characters that were in the main box. Eldritch, Lantern Jack, Pseudo, and the Raven, I think were the 4 characters. It might have been Johnny Rocket instead of the Raven. Now I'm interested. Hang on. We shall look this information up. Sentinels of Earth Prime. Sentinels of Earth Prime. Eldritch. Lantern Jack. Malador the Mystic. Oh, that's a villain. So maybe it was just Eldritch and Lantern Jack were the two that didn't come in the main. So maybe there was 10 heroes. Must have been 10 heroes that came in the box, and then 2 extras, which are Eldritch and Lantern Jack. I knew Lantern Jack was because I remember buying Lantern Jack. And I was thinking it was also Eldritch, but I was thinking maybe Pseudo and Raven as well. But it looks like it's just Eldritch and Lantern Jack. And then if you're looking for more villains, which of course everyone is, the Mystic there is an extra one that didn't come in the. So it looks like 4 villains in the main box, and then he's the extra one you had to purchase. So we'll look at villains once we get done with the heroes, but we still got a lot of heroes to go with the Cauldron expansion, which unfortunately I can't show you in this pack. I would have to actually, well, we'll look at it next time. Thanks so much for watching. Hero number 49 in the books. Thanks for watching. Leave a like, a comment, everything down below, and we'll see you guys soon. Take care. Love you guys, and thank you for watching this series. If you've made it this far, you are a true Sentinel of the Multiverse fan. Thanks for watching.